Hi there guys, my name's Craig from Non-Stop Kids Entertainment, and on this week's vlog I'm going to talk to you about how much you should expect to pay for a children's entertainer and how you could probably save money on booking one as well. So you're planning your child's party, you know that you want an entertainer, you don't want to do it yourself. How much should you expect to pay? Well, in all honesty, the sky's the limit. There are entertainers that will go out and do parties for £50, and there's other entertainers that could charge upwards of £400 for a party. It very much depends on a few different factors. So in this week's vlog, I'm going to talk to you about a few different factors that affect the price of a children's entertainer and how you can use that to your advantage to save money on booking your own children's party. So the first one we've got is geographical area, where you're based. Generally, as a rule, the further north up the country you go, the cheaper your entertainer will be. You can expect to pay a lot more in London than you would do in Newcastle, for example. The area that you live in massively affects how much you're going to pay. Number two is the day of the week. Most people that inquire for kids' parties, they do so on a Saturday or a Sunday. That's the most popular time to have a kids' party. So if you plan your child's party a midweek party, you'll probably get a discount off your entertainer. A lot of entertainers do discounts for a midweek party. It's why, and it's one of the reasons why so many parents these days are booking after-school party for their kids. Entertainers kind of feel like they want to give a discount to get people to book in on days they wouldn't normally get booked on. Then you've also got the time of the day. If you plan a party slap bang in the middle of the day, like a 1 till 3 or a 2 till 4 in the trade, that's known as a day killer. What that basically means is it means that your entertainer isn't going to be able to take another party on. It would be too tight to do one later or beforehand. So they'll probably charge you more. A lot of entertainers will charge you more for booking a party at that time because it means they can't have another party on. And if your entertainer's full time, they want to try and get as much work as they can. So a good thing to do is to organise your party so it's an 11 till 1 or a 3 till 5, because that'll give the person that you're booking chance to get to another party either before or afterwards. The fourth point to consider is full-time or part-time. The entertainer you're looking at, are they full-time or are they part-time? Because I'm generalising here, but generally as a rule, if your entertainer's full-time, they will charge more than a part-time entertainer. For the simple reason is, if you're full-time, this is your job. This is what you do 24/7. Whilst if you're part-time, you've got a job in the week, you can just kind of go out and do this for fun. It's kind of more of a paid hobby. It's not always the case, but a lot of the time, if you hire somebody who's part-time, they'll probably charge a lot less. Also, the other thing is how long you book for. Generally, as a rule, the most popular length of time for a party is 2 hours, and a lot of entertainers will offer a 2-hour package. But you can book an hour or you can book 90 minutes. A 90-minute package will run obviously for 90 minutes, and you kind of have to look after the kids for the last half an hour yourself. Or if you're really wanting to save money, inquire about a 1-hour package and just have someone come in and do maybe a show and some balloons, and then in the second hour you feed them and you're kind of probably going to have to play some party games yourself. But if you're on a budget, it's a great way to do it. Just book an hour instead of 2 hours. The other thing to consider is the time of the year, because there's certain times in the year that entertainers will charge a premium price because they know they're going to get booked up regardless. For example, Christmas Day, New Year's Eve, these are dates that are premium, so entertainers will charge more. They're not going to charge the same to go out on Christmas Day than they would do on another day in the week. But a lot of entertainers will charge more over Christmas because they know they're going to get booked regardless. You want to consider the time of the year that you're booking the party. Key dates that might actually inflate the cost of a children's entertainer are things like Halloween, things like Christmas, things like bonfire night. The other thing to consider is the level of experience. Generally, as a rule, the more experienced the entertainer is, the more they charge. For the simple reason that if they've been doing this for years and years and years, they're just going to run a better party. It's simple fact. The longer you've been doing something, the better you are at it. Somebody who's brand new and has only been doing this for a month or two, they probably don't charge as much as a more experienced entertainer because they're trying to get their foot in the door and they don't want to put people off by charging too much. So if you take a more experienced entertainer, they probably will charge more. Another thing to consider is distance to travel. Entertainers generally as a rule will travel anywhere that you want them to go, but they will charge you more for that. So you want to consider where your entertainer's based. Either book a local entertainer or a company like us where we're a national company, so we have entertainers local to you no matter where you are. The other thing to take into consideration is the amount of kids at the party. How many kids are going to be there? Some entertainers will charge more for a certain amount of children. If you've got over 30 kids, they'll charge you more because it's more of a hassle for them. Not every time, but a lot of the time it is the case. And then number 10, the final one, is the quality of the entertainer. How good is your entertainer? If you book a terrible entertainer, they probably don't charge as much as a good entertainer. Now, I have seen terrible entertainers that charge a fortune. I have also seen really good entertainers that go out really cheaply. But generally, as a rule, the more expensive the entertainer, the better the entertainer is going to be. So those are the factors that you need that really will affect how much your entertainer charges. Depending on where you live and depending on all of these factors, you can expect, like I say, to pay anything from £50 to £400. However, the average cost of an entertainer these days is £180 to £250 for a full 2-hour hassle party package. They will normally charge between £180 and £250. That's probably where you're going to expect to pay. If you want to drop that down and you want to pay less, maybe book an hour or 90 minutes instead of 2 hours. Maybe ask if there's a discount if they're booking the week. Maybe say, hey, if I book an earlier party to give you time to go to another one, will I get a discount? You can negotiate with your entertainment company or your entertainers to try and get a cheaper rate. So I hope that's helpful. After all, if you've never booked entertainment before, you probably don't know how much to spend. If you want to speak to Non-Stop Kids Entertainment, we would love to speak to you about having us to entertain at your child's party. We don't charge any hidden costs. The amount of kids makes no difference. The time of the day makes no difference. The day of the week makes no difference. The location makes no difference. The time of the year makes no difference. It's the same price no matter where you are or what time of the day it is. So if you'd like to speak to us, just check out our website at www.nonstopkids.co.uk and fill in the form. We'll send you a no obligation quote within an hour, or you can give us a call on 0333 301 3002 and speak to us in the office. Either way, I hope you have a fantastic party. We'd love to speak to you. But one more thing, don't forget to hit the subscribe button down there, because guys, we would love it if you could subscribe to this channel. We put content up all the time. My name's Craig from Non-Stop Kids Entertainment. Have a fantastic day. I'll see you next week.